Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture of the series Gender Studies. In this video, our topic is problematizing the category of sex queer theory. Let's start this lecture now. First of all, what do we mean by problematizing? Considering something as a problem and then finding its solution accordingly is called problematizing. Usually it happens that we don't consider something as a problem, resultantly we can't find its solution. In fact, solution is not possible as long as we consider something as a problem. So problematizing is all about considering something as a problem first to find its solution. If something is not considered as a problem, then there will be no possibility of finding its solution. On the basis of the word problematizing, we will now understand the term problematizing sex. We talk about identity of sex. There are various categories of sex including homosexual, heterosexual, gays, etc. On the basis of these identities, they are divided. By problematizing sex, we mean to consider these sexual divisions as a problem to find a solution or to develop a specific prospect regarding different sexual identities. By problematizing sex, we find the methods and means to visualize the problematic points within these divisions. Once we consider these divisions as a problem, then we are able to analyze the problematic point to find the solution. It helps in answering our question that if there is any problem in these categories, either they are correct or not. So problematizing the categories on the basis of sexual orientation is necessary. Just remember that there are various categories of gender including male, female, gay, lesbian, etc. By problematizing sex, we mean to look into these categories to find either these categories are correct or not, or there are some problems within these categories. Historical context. Before 70s and 80s, there was no sexual divisions. Only two genders were registered in the society, and those were male and female. There was no concept of any other gender. And if someone was supposed to be a gender other than male or female, was not getting the acceptance at societal level. Homosexuality was considered as a crime and unlawful. Homosexuals were considered as mentally ill or having some sort of psychological issues. In short, there was no acceptance for such things before 70s and 80s. With the passage of time, gays in Britain society got some space. Gay Liberation Front was established. The main focus of this front was to ask the government to provide rights to gay. Gay Liberation Front demanded legislation for the rights of the gays. After the creation of Gay Liberation Front, gays got acceptance at societal and governmental level to some extent. But soon this acceptance of gays at government and societal level was over, as almost 20,000 men died of AIDS in 1987. Governments stopped supporting and protecting the homosexuals. However, NGOs and informal institutions come at front foot to support them. They run campaigns, conducted seminars and awareness walks regarding the rights of gays. This was the time when the process of policy making regarding the sexual divisions began. During this whole scenario, a concept developed that gender is not fixed. It is somewhat fluid. Homosexuals are not different. There is nothing wrong with them. They don't have any mental or psychological issue. Instead, they just don't act like social constructs. Therefore, they are looking like different. In this way, problematizing sex taken place, which led to queer theory. Now we will study the queer theory. Queer is basically synonym of homosexual or gay. As the talk about sexual deviance was registered by the activism of gays or homosexuals, therefore this theory is named after queer. As the word queer was used to describe homosexuals in the 19th century, queer theory traces its lineage from study of sexuality in its private and public forms. This theory emerged in 1990s. The one-liner of this theory is that sexual identities are not fixed. This theory basically says that sexual identities are not fixed, instead they are fluid and they don't determine that who we are. It is useless to talk about sexual oriented group, that this person is male, female, gay, etc. This maintains that the identity of person keeps on changing with the passage of time and with the passage of geographical change. One person can act in many different ways, so categorizing someone as a gay, male or female is not correct. So this was basically the crux of queer theory. Now we will study the criticism on this theory. First criticism on theory is that human identity is fixed. It is not fluid. People don't think like another gender anytime. The crux of this theory is wrong, as identities are fixed and genders think being that particular gender only which they are. It is not possible that a male is sometimes thinking like a female or gay and vice versa. Second one, queer theory is based on cultural text like movies, songs, literature, etc. It was not based on real life people. So the context of theory is far away from reality. The face of problems which was tried to show in theory was totally based on cultural text. It was not exactly what which was prevailing in the society. Third one, queer theory ignored sufferings of gays. This theory didn't give attention on the problems being faced by gays, so theory basically failed in resolving the issues being faced by them. The central point of this theory remained on other things instead of the basic issues of gays or other genders. Fourth one, queer theory was focused on sexual pleasure of gays instead their activities. The core focus of this theory remained on a minor thing, that is sexual pleasure, with just a momentous and an ordinary aspect of a gender. It would be an ideal situation if theory would have discussed other activities of gays instead of focusing only at sexual pleasure. So this was all about problematizing sex and queer theory, which basically divert the attention towards different categories of sex and their issues. This all scenario help in promoting the study of gender in broader aspect. So this was all from today's lecture. The lectures on gender studies will be continued in coming videos. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon for more videos. Goodbye.